from sheriff's deputies. Sheriff's deputies spot the vehicle and pursue it. The chase ends 30 minutes later when the suspect runs from the vehicle.
He fired some rounds during the foot pursuit. Deputies didn't return fire. They lost him for a while, and when they found him again in the backyard, he was shimmying up a pole.
The suspect ties himself to the telephone pole with his shirt, threatening anyone in the area with his semi-automatic weapon.
Do we know who this other female was?
No.
Nobody seems to know that?
No, she looked like a tweaker.
A hostage negotiation team led by Sergeant Maria Burwell and a SWAT team led by Lieutenant Kathy Taylor set up a command post half a mile away, safely beyond the range of the suspect's gun.
Our job together collectively is to discuss the plan. In this particular case, Maria and I work side by side. She's listening to everything that's going on. She takes into consideration what the SWAT team is doing and then orders her people what to or what not to say to the individual.
Nearby residents are evacuated and SWAT members take up concealed positions surrounding the pole. Deputy Petrantoni is the SWAT scout.
He was armed with a 9mm and he had several rounds of ammo, and he kept informing us that he knew everything that we had on. I know what kind of vest you wear. I know what kind of helmet, because I used to be a security guard and I wanted to be a policeman. I know that I can shoot you between the eyes anytime I want. I'm an expert shot, and he kept spinning the gun around.
We've spoken with his wife, and she spoke to him this morning, and he was up. She said he'd been on meth. That's his drug of choice.
She may be able to get him to come down.
Gathering background information from the suspect's family is the first step for Maria's negotiation team.
We asked them basically, what do they think will set him off? What do they think we should avoid? If he's mad at males or females, and that'll determine basically who will do the negotiating.
She said that, she thinks that the biggest hook for him would be that,
the grandfather.
well, either that or for her letting him know that she still cares and maybe we can work something out and come on down and we'll get you treatment as opposed to going to jail or whatever.
Have they been having any kind of problems with? I mean, besides this, just the standard stuff, alcohol.
Because of the abuse.
Okay.
Maria decides who should negotiate with the suspect.
Mainly I chose a male because he just lost his grandmother. He had a fight with his wife, and he had a fight apparently with another female this morning.
Maria, before I make that decision, what kind of chances do you think you have of dealing with
It
this
would
guy?
depend on what he does when we start talking to him. We've got the tape from his wife, telling him that she's going to be okay and that we're going to help.
Maria and Kathy agree to try negotiating first.
They're ready for you to talk to him right now.
Okay, Mike.
This is Mike. If you want help, throw the gun down and come on down, or we'll help you come down. But you gotta throw the gun down first. Jimmy, can you hear me? Jimmy?
The negotiator's voice is broadcast over the loudspeaker on a squad car near the pole.
First thing we want to do is ask him, what can we do for you? We want to talk to you. We want to put an end to this. We want everybody to be safe. We want you to be okay. So it's like we're expressing to him that we're concerned about him and his well-being. And basically we are, because, we don't want him to get hurt either.
Come on down and talk to Grandpa. He's right here waiting for you. So is Chris. They both care about you. Come on down and talk to me. We're worried about you.
Did you get him fired around? He fired around.
Jimmy, stop the gun. You're not in any kind of trouble. You can get this thing taken care of. Do it now, Jimmy, okay? This is my
either fire and transfer or change magazines at any of those points. We could have taken some R1 shots and possibly disarmed him. I need to know if we have permission to do that.
Yes. If they have a disarming ability, give it to them.
When the suspect won't throw down his gun, SWAT members again request permission to knock it out of his hand by shooting him with R-Wins, 4-inch long, non-lethal rubber bullets.
Take it.
Jimmy, come on down, Jimmy. We want to help you. Jimmy, come down the pole.
There goes.
someone hits with the R1, no effect.
You try to hit him in the body area, and it's like getting stunned, like getting hit with a fastball from a major league pitcher, kind of stuns you. It's a less lethal option. Before we would have to go to the option of possibly shooting him with a gun. But that didn't work on him. He has a very high threshold of pain. It's hard to deal with a guy who's totally, out of control on narcotics or any kind of amphetamine and stuff, because you're not really dealing with a real person.
You want to talk to Grandpa? Grandpa wants to talk to you. Listen to what Grandpa has to say.
What we wanted him to do was hear his grandfather think, this isn't a good situation and decide to come down. But he didn't do that. He became a little more hostile.
Jocelyn, he's talking. Every other word's a cuss word.
Maria then broadcasts his wife's plea.
I want you to come down. I love you and I'll be over here. I want to think about the kids because, that's all you have.
Played her tape, and that also got a negative. So the things that we were trying at this call out were not really working.
When a suspect, armed with a gun, climbs a telephone pole, both SWAT and hostage negotiation teams are called in.
I see blood on his right hand and blood on his right pants. So I don't know how bad it is. If it was really bad, we'd know.
He's claiming that he did injure himself. He shot himself in the leg, and he's requesting medical help.
When the suspect still won't give up his gun, even to get medical treatment, the command post decides to let the SWAT team blast him with a fire hose.
All right, we'll give this a go.
Okay, let's see if I can get him to put the gun down on that cross rail so maybe we can blow the gun off at least.
We were hoping that we would knock the gun out. Even at one time, he laid the gun down on a piece of wood that was next to him on a crossbeam of the telephone pole, and we tried to blow it off with the fire hose, hoping we would knock the gun down and the threat would be gone. Then we could physically come out and go up and get him. It didn't work. He grabbed the gun quick enough. But the water, I think, bothered him more than anything. And we kept the water on, He was under the impression he was going to get electrocuted because he was on an electric pole. He did not know that we turned the electric off, so we would not electrocute him.
Can you give it anything?
We're trying to water, it didn't work at this point. You gotta remember he's quite a ways up in the air, and, we're not that close to him, so it just didn't have the pressure.
A member of the mental evaluation team, Deputy Burnett Ellis, gives Maria another idea.
We're gonna leave. We're leaving. You're not coming down. We can't stay here all day. We're leaving. And disappear. Don't leave. We're just gonna disappear. And see what he does.
I'm going to try that. I'll talk to Captain. Okay.
Sometimes with these people, to keep confronting them only agitates them more. Or sometimes they may even like it. It's like this guy supposedly is a police groupie, so to speak. So he don't like this. He likes the attention that he's getting from everybody right now. So he'll stay up there and keep playing games and, not come down and all this type of stuff. But if you pull back and leave him alone, it drives him batty.
One suggestion at this point from our mental health people is to just stand down and just let everything be quiet and not say anything, not do anything.
Maria recommends a change in strategy.
Get out of here, see what happens with that. At this point, we're just standing down, which means we're just going to be totally quiet and not do anything. Usually that silent time, when there's nothing going on, they start worrying about what's going to happen next.
As the stand down begins, Deputy Petron Tony reports to the command post.
Falling out of control and spinning around. Twice the gun he was on. He showed he's got plenty of ammo. Got 98 ready to go.
The stand down seems to have an effect.
strong on there.
He has asked for water, and he has asked for Gatorade. He gave a specific, flavor of things that he wanted, so that might be a point that we can use.
Well, our contention is that we start all with step one again. We just roll the same thing in. You come in, pop him a couple times if you are wearing the body, and eventually he's going to go in your arm and get tired of this. I think he will.
I think we can gear back up whenever you're ready. When we're ready.
After a 25-minute stand down, the team psychologist suggests they start pressuring the suspect again.
We're ready to go.
You want to do it now?
Yeah. All right. Let's gear back up. Let's renegotiate a spot. We're on the roll.
We kept the water on, so we put it on for about 2 minutes of continuous water, and then we shut it off. We gave him, if you didn't like that, throw the gun down, you got 30 seconds, I'm going to start it again. And I started counting. When I got to 9 seconds left, he threw the gun down and he wanted more.
7 hours after the situation began, it ends peacefully.
I feel very good about this one because, it's a whole new situation. It went well.
Limp with exhaustion, the suspect is helped down from the pole.
Anytime you can talk a potential hazardous situation like today out without having to use any kind of force or anything, it's much better for everybody.
The suspect sustained bruises and lacerations from being knocked into the pole, and a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his leg.